Mishnah in
14th of January, Rabbi Furst, Pierke Avos.
Very good. Thank you, Lou. As Lou mentioned, this is Rabbi Shlomo Furst here, Yeshiva Samanafshi, Yerushalayim Kiryat Zoom. We are returning after a week or so's break and learning about the environment of Yaakov Avinu. We're now returning back to our mission in Pirkei Avos, the sixth parak, the beginning of the sixth parak. Well, you have your document there on the Horos Nosson. He's going to give us a very, hopefully, detailed and insightful parish on the Mishnah. Actually, I should correct myself, as you remember, we're learning the the first five prakim of Pirkei Avos are Mishnayos, and the sixth parak is actually Brises. So we're learning our first Brisa in the sixth parak. Yeah, who would like to start first this morning?
I would.
Okay, 1 second.
Let's see. Rabbi Meir, Omer, Kol Ha'osek. Oh, thank you. Batura, Lishma, Zocha, Lidevarim, Harbe. The Remer says anyone who is involved in Torah for its own sake will be privileged to many things. Below ode, and not only that, Ella, but Shekol Ha'olam Kulo Kadai Hu Lo. That all the world is appropriate for him.
Is appropriate, is worthwhile. Kedai is worthwhile.
Is worthwhile to him.
The commentaries are medactic in the lashon. Ela shekol ha'olam kulo kedai shula. What does it mean? Shekol ha'olam kulo. What is shekol ha'olam would mean the whole world, right? So shekol ha'olam kuloi. What's the extra word kuloi? Shekol ha'olam kuloi kedai hulo. That they explain it's not simply the whole world which is in existence now. I mean, it's the whole of entire existence is kedai, meaning everything that exists from the beginning of Maisa Bereshis until the very end of existence as we know it. All of that, every moment, everything is kedai for that person who is worthwhile to have been created and remain being created for the person who is learning Torah Lishma. Okay, continue on.
B'tzonam ki ha'osek b'Torah lishma zocher be'emes l'devarim harbe. What is Ritzonam?
Ritzonam meaning the intention is.
The intention is that everybody who is involved in Torah for its own sake will be privileged to truly many things. I'm not sure what MS is doing it here, truly.
It says here, "Ki ha'osek b'Torah l'shma zoiche be'emes l'devarim," he's privileged in truth, meaning it's truthfully his, that he's privileged to many different things. He's not getting something as chesed. He's not getting something as something through mercy or rachamim. Right? He's getting something be'emes, meaning it's something which is rightfully, truthfully his.
ומכל מקום, אין לו צורך וחפץ בכל הדברים האלה. Nevertheless, he does not need to desire all these things.
Right, meaning he has no need and desire for all these things. Meaning, he's privileged to get these things, but because again he's doing it lishma. Since he's doing it lishma, he doesn't have any desire or need for these things. If he would have a desire and a need for these things, then that would take away from his lishma, correct?
Right.
So that's what he's saying. He's going to get these things. He's privileged to get these things, but in reality, that's not his concern whatsoever.
He die lo bima shehu osek b'Torah lishma, because it's sufficient for him that he's learning the Torah lishma.
Right. That's his one and only desire. That he should fulfill the Ratzon of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and he should learn his Torah in order to fulfill, to understand, to teach, and that's his goal, and that's his desire, and he doesn't have any need for anything else.
Ve'etzem ha'osek b'Torah lishma chaviv lo mikol ve'ein lo tzorcha b'shum inyan echad acher.
Okay, right.
The etzem means in the midst.
No, be'etzem means in essence.
In essence, being involved in Torah for its own sake. What's chaviv?
It's cherished. It's beloved to him.
Is beloved, cherished to him. Above all, and he doesn't need anything else.
Right. Ve'etzem ha'osek b'Torah lishma chaviv v'lo mikol. The essence of his learning Torah lishma is cherished to him above everything. Ve'ein lo tzorach l'shum inyan acher, and he has no need for anything else.
V'hayinu v'lo od. And not only that, she zulas ha'osek b'Torah l'shma ein lo od tzorcha b'shum davar. What is shezulas?
Zulas, without it, shezulas ha'osek Torah shlom ein lo od tzorach b'shum davar, meaning without exception.
Without exception, involvement in Torah, at least for its own sake, is not for him more required because of something.
But that without exception, the learning of Torah Lishma is he has no need for anything else. He has no need for anything else.
I presume that that's, not considering basic needs.
Well, no, yeah, I mean that in terms of things which are obviously not of necessity of
Ella shekol haolam hulo kedai hulo. Rather, all of the world, present and future, is appropriate for him. Shekol ma shenimtza ba'olam hazeh kedai hu lo livtar alehem bishvil limod Torah lishma ve'ein lo tzarcha bahem. That everything that he finds in this world is appropriate for him. What's levater?
Levater in this context, 1 minute. Shekol ma shenimsa ba'olam hazeh kedai hu lo levater aleim b'shvil limud Torah lishma ve'ein lo tzorach ben. Right. That everything that's found in this world, it's worthwhile for him to forego. Levater means to forego them, to forego all these other things, everything else that exists, everything that exists in the world. It's worthwhile for him to forego all those things that exist in this world, right? Except for the ability to learn Torah Lishma.
And he has no need for them. He forgoes them and he has no need for them.
Right.
Okay. Vayomeru kol haosek b'Torah lishma. He said, anyone who learns Torah for its own sake.
Right. That was the beginning of the statement of Rabbi Meir.
Right.
Here.
V'hakona.
Kavana.
The intention.
That's right.
Al pi yadei.
Yeah. According to what? Al pi means according to what's written. Masha Kasev.
According to what is written, what is this? Hey tet vav zion.
It's the Taz Kori Zav. It's a commentary on the Shulchan Aruch and Orach Chaim.
According to what is written by the Taz, Dema she mi brachin al haTorah la'asok b'divrei Torah Hayinu derech tavrach torach dafka. That what Shimavarachin is to bless.
Yeah, I mean, he's explaining that what does it mean, Osik Torah L'Shma? The Kavanah is, you can explain that there's more than one explanation. His explanation is going to be based on what the Taz says there in Orach Chaim. What did he say? He says, the Madim Mavorach and Al Torah, when we make that bracha in the morning, La'osik B'divrei Torah, right? That's one of the opening brachas we in the beginning of our chakras, right?
Yes.
That's the very right. That's the very first bracha of the three. There's a machlokas, as we've learned, whether or not the bracha of Torah that we say in the morning is three brachas or it's 2.5. And but in all cases, this is the first bracha, right? Bracha ta Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvosav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah, and then we go on laharev no, right? But the first bracha, according to everyone, that is the first bracha la'asok b'divrei Torah. So now he's explaining that Taz says there in his explanation to the Shulchan Aruch, when the Shulchan Aruch is delineating the various brachas and of those. You say in the morning of the brachas of Torah as well. So it says dafka, I know dafka derech torech, right? I know derech torech dafka. Meaning, what does it mean when we say laosik b'divrei Torah? It has to be specifically in a way which is putting forth efforts. You have to efforts.
So Torah,
Right?
Torah can mean like difficulties.
Yeah, but a person is if a person's toreach over something, he puts forth efforts. He's encountering difficulties in doing it. So here it's putting the toreach. He's toreach. He's putting forth efforts in learning his Torah. Chafetz Chaim says a little bit different. Chafetz Chaim says the word Isaac is similar to the word ASIC. ASIC is what we call a business, right? So Chafetz Chaim says, just like if you know anything about a person is a businessman, he owns a business, a store. He's involved with it constantly, in all aspects of the store, right? And it's constant. He's always thinking about this, thinking about that. He's there taking care of this, taking care of that, right? So likewise, a person should be constantly occupied with Torah. Just as a person, you have a businessman, if he wants his business to be successful, he puts tremendous amount of energy and time into the running of the business.
Shehis ora.
Torah.
Torah eina miskainas ella b'mei she mamis atzmo. That the Torah is not going to be acquired or established except through what is shemamis?
Shemimis, a person that is kills himself over it, right? Right. Torah ain't on this kayemis ela b'mi shemimis atzmoleh. That Torah is not going to endure except in the person who kills himself over it. We'll have to see what it means. What it means, a person to kill himself. We learned several different pshatim in that already, but we'll see what the Sefer here is going to say about that.
Ale de hayinu she'osek b'pilpul umashe umatan shel halacha, that he is involved in pilpul is like give and take.
Well, that's masu matan. Masu matan is dialogue. Masu matan is like dialogue. Pilpul is like analysis. It has the person Isaac with pilpul masu matan shel halach. He's Isaac. He's involved in the analysis and the dialogue of halacha.
Dialogue. Uh, I don't know this abbreviation.
Masha'ain came in contrast.
In contrast, ba'osam shalom Torah mitoch oneg ve'enam yigiim ba. In contrast to this, that one who learns Torah with happiness and is not, what is Yigiim?
That there are putting they like ain't a toy. They're not toiling in it, right? Masha'ain came osin shaloimding Torah metoch eineg einam oigim ba. I mean, it's in contrast to those who are learning Torah for the pleasure of it, and they're not toiling in it.
Ein haTorah miskayam mes etzlam. Achad. The
ad kan devor,
end quote. So
yes.
The Torah is not can be established for these people.
Right. So Torah Lishma is that we're talking about that people are learning with halacha, with analysis and dialogue, and it's going to be miskayemis through those people who learn in that way. In contrast, however, those people are learning Torah for the pleasure of it and are not toiling in it. Then Torah will not endure by them. That's what the Taz says there in Orach Chaim.
Huh. That seems wrong to me.
In what way? Why? What?
Well, if a person is learning Torah and he's getting pleasure out of it, that would seem to me to be beneficial. It might not be as good as struggling and toiling, but it's not nothing.
Yeah, I think you have to take both things together. Well, everyone agrees. We say at the end of that same bracha, we say, well, Orev no. What does it mean, Orev no?
Sweeten, please, the Torah in our mouth.
Right. It should be pleasant. It should be pleasant for us, right?
Right.
So right. So, but that's not what he's referring to over here. He's saying that there are those people learning Torah mitoch oineg ve'enam yigin, but they're learning Torah for the pleasure of it, and they're not putting forth efforts in it, right? It's like a game for them. It's like an intellectual game for them, but they're not toiling in it, right? So that the fact that they're trying to get the pleasure from the Torah learning, but they're not putting forth really sufficient efforts to really get to the bottom of what really is the message and the halacha of the Torah. So that's not Torah which is going to mean as kayemis. That won't be an enduring type of a Torah. He's not saying it's nice. Even in this case, even if it's matok oneg ve'enim, it's not that it's not nothing, but it's simply not going to mean as kayemis. Something which the Torah, which is based on an intellectual desire to be fascinated by the various aspects of Torah, which are very profound, and there's a lot of wisdom there, and it makes a lot of it's like answering a lot of questions and coming up with good answers and understanding things. But if, first of all, a person is not going to put forth sufficient efforts to do that and to really reach the bottom through what's necessary through analysis and pilpul, right? And he's simply interested in trying to get the pleasure of what's possibly gotten from the intellectual endeavors of learning Torah. So that's not going to be a Torah which is maskayemis. We're not saying it's the worst thing in the world. It's just that it's hard for that type of Torah to be miskayem. Something which is miskayem has to have a spiritual, a ruchnius foundation, because anything that's physically based, the Maharal Prague mentions this, that anything that's physically based cannot endure and cannot have permanence, because anything that's physical must eventually pass from existence. All physical existence eventually will pass from reality. But something which is spiritual, something which is ruchni, is something which is netzach, and something eternal, right? So a person can get a pleasure from learning Torah, similar to how deal other pleasures that he may find in life, to any other type of activity which is somewhat stimulating and pleasing to him. But that's not a Torah that's going to endure, right? Just like the physical pleasure of eating a meal passes soon after you've made your bracha achrona, or even maybe perhaps after you've swallowed your food, right? Likewise, any Torah which is learned with the intention of getting a pleasure from it and not putting forth efforts to achieve it, then that's eventually that pleasure is not going to last with the person. That's good. That's clear.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, fine.
V'hinei zeh she'osek b'Torah lishma hayinu shehu mechadesh chidushin deoraisa b'pilpul amok umar'eh niflaos b'Torah. And we see that this learning Torah for its own sake, it is.
Or just move down, so.
Oh,
I guess I can do that.
He will find novelties. In the written Torah, an analysis. What is amok?
Profound. The amok means actually deep. Someone who's amok is deep, but here this means is profound.
Okay, so he'll find novelties in the written Torah and profound analysis
Umara niflos b'Torah. He'll be shown. Umara niflos b'Torah. He'll be shown the wonders of the Torah.
The wonders of the Torah. Will be shown the wonders of the Torah. Hare hu zocha lidevarim harbe. And we see that he will be privileged to many things. Gam ritzonam, also that which he desires, ki yesh hatoi im lomar ki Torah lishma yisachein rak kishehu lomar b'derech pshut. Also,
Right.
His desires will be because there is Hatoim, I don't know.
It's like this. Gam wrote some. Also, the intention of what the statement means is that mean Torah lishma ki yesh toim lo mer ki Torah lishma yitakin rak kushu lo mer davar derek pashut. That there are those who mistakenly say, ki Torah lishma, that Torah lishma, it's possible rak kishu loy made b'derech pashut. It's possible only when a person is going to learn in a very derech pashut, like superficially.
So some people say if you want to learn Torah Lishma, you can only learn the simple level.
That's what some are trying to explain. Yeah, some trying to explain it that way.
Aval keshehu lomad ba makom v'charifus umechadash chidushay Torah. But when he learns in a place.
Well, this is ba'amukas, kishu lomid ba'amukas v'charifus, when he's learning in depth. Ba'amukas is he's learning in depth.
And what's charifus?
Charifus literally means sharply, meaning, but he's learning very analytically.
Okay, then he will find chidushim, novelties.
Right, and through that he's going to find the novelties of Torah. He's going to find new undiscovered insights into Torah.
Yitakein sheyotzei migeder Torah lishma pen yechoin lehanas atzmo o lehatif lehispaer bitoroso bitoraso be'enei habrios. So yitakein is to repair.
Yitakein means is possible, perhaps.
It's possible that he wants to make a fence.
Well, it's possible he's Yotzi Megeder Torah Lishma. It's possible he's going out of the um, categorization of learning Torah Lishma. See, as he said, Ki Yesh Toim, there are those that may make a mistake to say Ki Torah Lishma, that what is Torah Lishma. You talking, it's possible, Raku's Lo Megder Poshut. That's only Torah Lishma if he's only learning in a very superficial way. Avos, however, Kashu Lo Med Ba'amukos V'Charifis V'Chadish Kedushi Torah. But when he's going to be learning with in depth and very analytically, and he's going to come up with new insights into the Torah. Through that, you're talking, it's possible, Shiotzi Megeder Torah Lishma, it's possible he's coming out of the category of learning Torah Lishma. Why? And perhaps he's Kavein Lanas Atzmo. Could be perhaps that he's doing this the way he's learning so profoundly and with such depth, and he's coming up with a lot of Kedushi Torah. It's possible that he's doing it lahasnas atzmo. He's doing it for his own personal pleasure. Right? All is para b'Torah, so always to aggrandize himself through his Torah learning in the eye barius, in the eyes of people. Right.
I'm getting a little lost about who's talking. At one point it said there are some who might say, is all of this now under that category of some who might say, or does it?
Yeah, right. This is all what they're saying, what they're mistakenly saying. There are those who are mistakenly claiming that Torah Lishma can only be done if a person is going to learn very superficially, because they also continue when they say that if a person is going to learn with depth and with deep analysis and come up with a lot of different insights, Kedushi Torah, then it's possible he's no longer considered to be learning Torah Lishma, because he may possibly doing this to get own pleasure for himself, and or to aggrandize himself in the eyes of people through his Torah knowledge. And that would take him out of learning Torah Lishma.
Well, the Chain Amru, and therefore they say, so this is now the same people who are saying this?
Um,
Or is this
no, this is the Mishnah. This is the Mishnah, right? This is the Mishnah. L'chein amru. This is therefore they say.
Therefore they say in the Mishnah, the adraba,
Adarabba, the exact opposite.
the adarabba, the exact opposite. Dafkas specifically, osek b'Torah lishma, one who learns Torah for its own sake. Shlomad derech asak. Biyegia v'ha amka v'osa titim ufarchim la Torah, hu hazocha l'davarim harbe. So let's see. L'shomad. What is shalomad?
All right. So Adar Dafki, it's only specifically when a person is going to be learning Torah Lishma. Shalomi, what does it mean, Torah Lishma? Derech Asik Biyigia Va'amuka, in a way that is full involvement with difficulty and depth. He's completely immersed in it in depth. We also tzitzim uprachim l'Torah. He's going to make tzitzim and prachim l'Torah. He's going to make it accessories and embellishments to the Torah. Through his Torah lishma, the effort that he puts forth to learn Torah in a profound and a deep analytical way, right? He's going to add accessories and embellishments to the Torah. And through that will bring him to being zoicha to many things.
So the critics are saying you can't really learn Torah lishma if you're going into great depth, because you're going to become arrogant, and you won't be learning it lishma anymore because you'll be benefiting from it.
Right.
And the answer is, I'm not clear what the answer is.
The answer is because he's zoicha to devarim harbe, because there are so many different spin-offs and benefits for him learning Torah lishma, right? We want him to be able to gain benefits from the Torah, but that, as we said at the very beginning, it's not his kavanah, it's not his intention that he should get these things. But in order, the spin-offs, the benefits that come with Torah lishma, zoich ledevarim harbe, come specifically because of the depth and the way of his analysis of Torah that brings forth new insights into the Torah, and that's what it entitles him to all those extra things that he gets because of his Torah lishma. But again, as we said at the beginning, that's not his intention.
I hear the challenge more than I hear the response.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I hear that he's going to be under a lot of pressure. He's finding these kedushay Torah, and he's being very successful. That can easily go to one's head.
Yeah, we're not saying it's easy. We're not saying it can happen. But again, if he's learning Torah lishma, that's not what he's interested in.
Right.
He could get fouled up later on. If it starts happening, he could get fouled up. That's true, right?
Right.
But that's not why he's engaging in this at the beginning. He's setting out in order to simply understand the Torah to his best ability, putting forth all his efforts to honestly understand the Torah. Could be if he's really successful at doing that, and it becomes famous, it becomes all kinds of other things, and it could go to his head, and he could fall. You're right. But under perfect conditions, right, in a vacuum, so to speak, then he's supposed to be able to learn Torah Shema and also be unaffected by the benefits which are occurring to him. Okay, I think it's a good stopping point. We're at the third paragraph here, and we can continue this tomorrow, Mr. Shabbat.
Amen. Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you. I'll be coming in on another computer for the next class.
Okay, I look forward to seeing you. Okay, Roy, have a good afternoon. Hope to see you tomorrow.